Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the tarot, I'm going to use Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. There's the full box. And then if you want to see how they spell their name, there you go. There's a website here on the side, schifferbooks.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you were interested, of course. Supportive Oracle Cards, Spellcasting Oracle Cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. There are their full names if you want to search them out. On the back here are the websites. I see She Who Is Art usually sticks out to me. But that way, if you want to freeze frame and check that out, feel free to. And as usual, I put my dice away. I got new dice, but I'm going to use this one again. It's Amazon. I put my dice away. I have other dice. I have like a 13-sided dice, and I got like a... Anyway, I'm using this one for the dice. I use the D20 for the Major Arcana, which does omit the World and the Fool, but I make it work. I use the D4 to choose the Minor Arcana suit, and I use the D12 to choose which number card, which goes up to Knight, but still I make it work. Alright, I think we're good with that. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. And now, onto your reading. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. 8 of coins at the bottom. 8 of pentacles. I don't know why I'm looking at it, but there we go. All right, what do we have for Taurus? Ooh, yours might be a really good one. Let's get all the way down first, right? Let's get it all the way there. No counting chickens before they're hatched and all that. One more. Okay. We're gonna see. It's a journey. It's a journey! Okay, okay. Okay. So, what is this? What is this? There's a lot of good here, but something is like a part of this. What is it? Can we define it? The unpredictability of somebody around this is a problem. The 6 of Cups is here too, but like, I can't deny that this like pushed out of the deck. So there's somebody you're dealing with, and it's either they're constantly going through heartbreak, or they put you through heartbreak. It's one of the two. It's either you look at them and you feel bad for them because they're constantly struggling, or their connection to you is always a struggle. It seems to be a very heavy influence. I don't know if it's directly the situation, but somebody else's influence on this or connection in this, either they're very stressful for you or you tend to feel bad for them. One of the two seems to be heavily weighing on this. What's coming next has to come. Okay, what's coming next has to come. I don't think you're going to be shocked with that, but let's keep going. 7 of Swords, which is something that has been neglected or something that's been living on borrowed time. The 8 is the Strength card. Can talk about Leo, doesn't have to. But it's somebody or something that kind of just moves forward, has a lot of energy, just gets things done, just goes. Tends to have a lot of success around it. Not always, but tends to. Something's been living on borrowed time, because you also have the 7 of Swords, which is sometimes referred to as the Thief card. This feels like borrowed time when I keep looking at it. Something's been living on borrowed time. It's been like stuck in the same spot for the longest time. One of the reasons it is, though, is because it just keeps moving forward. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. It doesn't give things enough time to settle. It reminds me of something like it's like there's a ball in the air and somebody just keeps throwing it back up, throwing it back up, throwing it back up. It never comes to rest. Because it never comes to rest, it is living on borrowed time. There's definitely stress with this. You know, yeah. I feel like I've been doing the best I can with it, but whatever it is, I'm just kind of rolling with it. I think you fully are fully aware that this is living on borrowed time. Fully aware of it. I think, excuse me, I think that's kind of the stress of it, which I'm feeling very heavy in the sense of, because it's living on borrowed time, I have no idea when it's going to stop. I don't know when that ball's coming to rest. Could happen any time now. It could go a while longer. It's gone this long, and I didn't expect it to go this long. That is stressful for Taurus. It's hard to plan when you don't know when the next phase is going to happen. It's hard to plan. And Taurus is all about the plan. We have a plan, but when do we implement the plan? Even like a tentative plan, I feel like is still kind of like, I kind of have an idea what I'm going to do when the ball comes to rest if it lands over here. But if it lands over there, I kind of have a tentative plan for that. But I guess it could land other places. It's kind of like if it comes to rest like I think it will, yeah, I kind of have a plan. You're doing your best to be ready. You're definitely doing your best to be ready. You got a lot of thoughts going on in this. I got a few different plans, but I feel like you're also very well aware. I planned a few different ways, but it could go completely something that I had no idea. It could go somewhere that I wasn't even thinking that was an option. All right. A lot of thought going into this, a lot of thought. You might have been thinking about it for quite a while. In fact, this ball's been in the air for a while. Borrowed time, borrowed time. I feel like I'm constantly like trying to plan ahead, and then factors change, and I try to make plans with that. Okay, it's there. It's there. We have good cards coming. We do. Something is evolving in this situation. Is this somebody else coming in? I think this is somebody else. Maybe somebody's giving you a break. Two of Pentacles reversed. This is not planned. And the Wheel of Fortune. Is the Wheel of Fortune? I think it came out somewhere else too. No? I thought the Wheel of Fortune was out here somewhere else, but it's not. You got a different card. Somebody's coming in and they're actually helping you. Somebody might be, this could be like, for some of you, I almost feel like it's like a legal entity. Maybe there's something you're like, I don't like how that's going. I'm doing the best, and then some other like government agency steps in and kind of takes control of it a little bit. Could be something like that. There does seem to be external control coming in. And it's kind of like I don't have any choice but to kind of step back for a second. This is very good for you. I kind of get a healing energy with this card. It's the heart chakra. I do feel a lot of healing with this. What is going to be Taurus's reaction to this? Because like Taurus doesn't like things taken away from them usually. But yeah, it's kind of like realizing that you need a minute. This is for the best. It's good. Make the most of this moment when things are pulled from your grasp. Make the best of this moment. Like, take this time for yourself. Pull your energy together. Do what's good for you. I feel like this is like, oh, I don't know. The thought of like, I just don't think of Taurus like really being okay with somebody taking, even if you don't like what this is, you're used to your responsibilities and you take those very seriously. And when somebody just kind of takes it, and I just feel like somebody's just taking it, and they're like, we're going to take care of this for now, Taurus. And it's kind of like, I feel like I'm going along with it because it has to be the way it has to be. And there's a big change coming in, and I get that. They're saying try to make the best of it. Try to do good things for you. Think of yourself first, if you can. Do things that are good for you while this is happening. While this change, like, make things go to your benefit as much as you can. And for some of you, I feel like it might be as simple as just like treating yourself to a dinner that just you really want. Something like that, whatever this is. because it does swing the other way fairly quickly. I don't think the control is taken away from you very long. I think it feels like a short period, but still, even if it's 5 minutes, it may aggravate you. So I'm not going to say it's going to feel like it's 5 minutes, but it might be a very short period. I feel like for some of you, it might be like 2 weeks for some reason. It just keeps popping in my head, so we're going to go with it. And then things are returned back to you. Okay. Yeah, it just kind of comes back. Stability is restored. Whatever's working on here is coming back in. But it seems like there's another... Whatever this pull... Whoever took over whatever they took over, and even though it was temporary, it did change. Whatever is like living on borrowed time isn't going to have much more. This moment is keeping this from going too much longer. It does seem to be shortening the lifespan. Like the borrowed time is almost up. It's kind of like the note is coming in, payment is going to be expected, borrowed time is being shut down. Don't just go with it. For some reason, there seems to be this energy of just kind of going with it and just kind of like, all right, I guess that happened, and just getting back into the normal, it is what it is energy. Just returning right back to what it was really quickly. This is a speed card, but I feel like it's saying if you go right back into what it was and just kind of treat it like it was, they're like saying that's not going to work this time. That's not a good idea. Realize that this moment has kind of like, it's upset the apple cart. It's shaken things up a bit. The journey is about to come to an end. Think about it in the sense of like, not about what you need to do, but like what happened when they took over. Even though it was a short time, what happened there? We need the answers. Get into that, find the answers, get them to give you the answers. You need to know what was going on there because that's going to give you the information. Like, and I feel like for some of you, you might not have somebody literally telling you. You might not have somebody to actually ask. But if you like, okay, I can see well this happened there, and when I wasn't a part of it, this happened there, and this is not where that usually goes, so that's interesting. That happened while I wasn't here. You might have like a paper trail or something like that, some other evidence to look back on to be like, oh, okay, this was different, and that's different. Like I feel like a lot of you are looking at paperwork or some type of paper trail or some type of, it could be electronic, whatever, but you're looking back at stuff and going, oh, okay. You need to do that. You need to research what happened when you weren't in control of this. For some reason, there's this need to just get back into it and just let it go back to where it was. They're saying, don't do that. Look at what happened while you were away. Look at what changes were made while you were away. You may not realize that changes were made at first. That may be another reason you just kind of snap back into the old routine at first. But if you look a little closer, you're going to realize changes were done. Overall, you're headed towards a moment where you're going to get a positive resolution. An expected resolution, for whatever that means. The Seven of Swords comes out again. Didn't I see this before somewhere? Seven of Swords comes in again. And I feel like that's like, yeah, it was in the beginning. It was on the dice. I feel like this is like, you know, yeah. The Hermit coming in, and then the Ten of Pentacles. That's the same thing you just had over here, I swear. Well, the Ten of Pentacles you did. I don't know about the other card, but I feel like this is kind of like the borrowed time is coming to an end. It's ironic because this is like, again, this is usually like the Thief card. I feel like this is that borrowed time coming to an end. You're going to see it coming to an end. I feel like this is very much a silent, like, it's like the eye of the storm, if you will. So, like, control being taken away from you for a short period was the beginning of the storm. Then you went into the eye of the storm, where it's very quiet. There's nothing really happening. It's kind of like, oh, is it over? It's not over. The other side of that storm is coming in. The other side of the eye. That time is going to end, and that's when... I know this is odd. I feel like this is odd that I'm saying this, but that's when all hell's going to break loose, and that's where things are going to start going better. It's all going to come apart. The borrowed time is over. It's all going to start hitting the fan, if you will. It's going to all start hitting the fan. I feel like you knew it was coming sooner or later. Ironically, it's kind of like, well, I need to clean it up. So the sooner it happens, the sooner I can clean it up. The sooner I can clean it up, the sooner I can move on with my life. The sooner I can get back to a sense of normalcy, which it may have been eluding you for quite a while. Because this is where you want to be, as the Ace of Cups. It is coming after, like, the storm comes through. After the wheel... Is that the wheel? No, that's the tower. The tower and the moon. It's hitting the fan. The storm is coming right through. It's ripping through everything. But that Ace of Cups is what you really want. This is what you really want. That comes after all of this goes through. And I feel like you've been expecting it for quite a while. And they're saying it's finally coming in. It needs to happen. I feel like you know it needs to happen. I feel like for those of you this is going to hit with, it's not going to be a surprise. It's going to be like, yeah, that's going to happen. And I feel like I've been waiting for it to happen. And the sooner it happens, the sooner I can move on with my life. Things will be better after the storm comes through. We have to wait for that storm to come through, knock everything all over the place so we can finally clean it up, put it where it goes, and like put it to rest. And that moment is coming, but I feel like they're giving you a heads up. When this moment comes where the power is temporarily taken from you, that's going to be like the catalyst in the sense of like, okay, we've triggered the next phase. Be aware that it's been triggered. Pay attention to what happened while the control was taken from you. Look a little closer into that, and then realize that, you know, that our time is coming to an end so that you can brace yourself and get yourself ready to go through this. And then when you get to the other side, things will be better. Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut these down here. Hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.